Go on, Ash, game face.
Clean throat, remember?
Throat's been sort of not sore, but something in it the last couple of days.
You talk so much shit.
Probably. It's like the paints I've been doing lately, just licking the fucking brush off. I'm building the fucking paint in my throat.
It's just a blob of like purple paint just hanging in your throat.
It's been me end next week after I've airbrushed all of Matt's models, which fucking lungs be lined with paint like.
Hi, welcome to OverRHeads. I'm Ash. I'm joined by Ben and Jed and Introducing Matt, another Trash Wargaming team member, another Tyranid player. The better version, better than me, but it don't take much to beat me, so...
I'm glad you added that last part.
Also a surprisingly similar paint scheme, I might add.
Yes, the scheme is both purple, they both have blue on it. It's literally, it's small, not far off. We'll put side by side what they are, it's very close. So yeah, Outpost took into 10th. The first 10th, no.
Your first 10th edition tournament.
My first 10th edition tournament. Your second?
Our second.
Second one, yeah. And Jed's just there
I'm not going to it.
Yeah. He's there for sexy looks. So we'll go over the list first. Which one? Who wants to do the list first?
Should just get my filth out of the way.
Yeah, get the matter out of the way.
Get your dirty, shitty old oblity out of the way.
Ooh, Wraith Knight. Ooh, D-cannons.
Pretty much, yeah.
You can pretty much guess his list.
Yeah, you can.
So we have Autarch Wayleaper, Lone Operative, CP Farm, great. Death Jester, again, Lone Operative, pretty good at picking out characters, and just general great way of fire shots. A single Farseer with no one to attach it to, which I feel like is really controversial. Like as soon as, like, if someone is able to get like an outline of sight shot on it, like absolutely just twat that straight away. But that's him, cheap 65 points, no enhancements on him. Incarn's great. Incarn is great. We like the Incarn.
Yeah, fucking Incarn. Fucking 2 mana sectors to take it down.
Yeah.
Then we then finished off by Psychodial. Fucking
It's just 3 big monsters just to go.
Yeah, 3 monsters literally to try and take it out. What a wanker.
Then I've got top save. Yeah, it's crazy. Then I've got 2 Night Spinners, 3 D-Cannon support weapons, 2 units of Warp Spiders, and 2 units of Shadow Spectres, rounded off with the Wraith Knight. Filth.
Absolute
filth.
I played it last night and it was filth. Absolute filth.
It gets you from anywhere. Lots of fast units, lots of devastating wounds.
The Spectres are
It plays it so. Spectres are good. I really like the Shadow Spectres.
Come on. Deep strike behind.
Shoot and then get to move, which is great.
But that's incredibly fast as well. You've got Warp Spiders that can move up to 36 inches in a turn.
Yeah.
You've got the Shadow Spectres that can fire and fade.
Yeah, built-in fire and fade.
Built-in fire and fade. So you're effectively...
And then theoretically you could fire and fade again.
True. So you've effectively got 3 fire and fades a turn.
Yeah.
You've still got the Phantasm. It's really hard to pin this list down.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm going to make you slower in the process as well.
That's right.
With the Night Spinners, it's great.
There's no hiding from it because all the indirect.
Yeah,
it's just it's
and the Tower and Wraith Knight. It plays itself like it's not a hard list to run. It's
just a dirty list, ain't it?
It's not even hard to like. It's not hard. You can make as many mistakes as you want. It doesn't matter
because you make mistakes like fake dice.
But then, how did you find the new fake dice mechanic last night?
It's difficult because I never really
didn't come up.
It basically didn't come up, but
it only come up once or a couple of times.
I used it as and when it was. I felt like it was thinking about where I want to use those 6s on the devastating wounds from like Wraith Knight or the D-cannon weapons or whatnot.
I think you mainly used it when you was made a save. That's when you mainly used it.
Well, you can use it for a week. It's just one per phase, isn't it?
Well,
so I was using a few for saves, and like if it was a big save, I'd just spend that straight in. But I never had like the full fake dice battery going on from my previous list, so I never. It's not changed an awful lot. It's just I'm not using them all offensively now, or all defensively in one go. Like right, I want to keep the Incarn alive. There's just 5 4s. He's saved. There we go. Job done.
But is it still kind of the Wraith Knight that wants to use it for the 2d6 damage profile? Or
Yeah. You're still using it just to activate those death wounds and then hope that the rest of them might pick up another couple like, on your way. Yeah,
because you've still got the kind of master artisan style effect.
Yeah, the reroll hit, reroll wound. Yeah. So, and having that fast hit there, just turn them into a 6 is nice whenever you need it. I mean, it's with a 12-inch range, but the things that want it are staying within the 12 inches.
Yeah, that's why it's there basically.
Yeah,
You say it's not attached to anything. He's technically attached.
He's technically attached to everything. It was like, come close if you want. That's fine.
You had that bubble at the back with the Wraith Knight.
So the in the building, the Farseer pretty much sat on the objective. Wraith Knight sort of off to one side. Spinners here, and then the 3 sport weapons in front of it. So anyway, I could just spend the 6 I wanted.
Literally, the Wraith Knight didn't move till your turn 5, just because you wanted to get that objective.
You pulled priority targets in it. You went out of that objective. That was alright, cool. 1 CP is going to auto advance 16 inches. That's my objective.
I mean, wherever the priority target was anyway, you're going to get it. But it was just like
that was theoretically the most difficult. But then he just gets a 16-inch move, and you're like, okay.
That's the only time.
And if you need it as well, it's fire and fade afterwards, or because you don't have to shoot to fire and fade anymore, which is silly. Just end of the shooting phase, you can fire and fade a unit. All right, cool. You've always got the CP for it because no one's touching the autarch.
Wait, does that mean you can do an action in your shooting phase and then fire and fade?
Theoretically, I suppose, yeah. Yeah, because it doesn't require you to actually shoot to fire and fade.
Normally they have the caveat that you can't charge.
Yeah, so you can't. The action is you can't shoot and you can't declare a charge, isn't it? That's because we found that last night. You still fight with the Hierogel.
You do, yes.
So he still fought with the Hierogel whilst doing an action.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, this is weird. Like,
we double checked the rules and it didn't say anything.
So it was weird. It's like
yeah.
you can't shoot and you can't declare a charge, but you can still punch.
But I was already in combat, so declared the action and then just punched you and killed you.
Yeah.
And then I got the 3 points or whatever it was, but.
Yeah, investigate signals, wasn't it? I think. So.
Yeah, something like that. So
it was the only mod we had left, so you might as well.
It was the last points I could get before I was wiped off the table. It's like every point mattered last night. No. I got 40 points. I thought I was only going to get like 20 points, so I'll take that. And then when you said I'm the only person to kill the 2 units. And you could pair me with Josh Roberts. I'm like, my life is complete.
I have peaked.
I will take that.
Ash and Josh Roberts in the same conversation is a weird one.
Yeah, that's a random one. That shouldn't happen. But
also, isn't this your first 10th game as well?
No, second.
Second. No.
So the two 10th games I played his Chaos Knight meta. I thought Chris Eldar meta. So my 2 first games I played hard lists.
Welcome to 10th.
Yes, literally. But
winning games are going to be few and far between the turns.
Both games are good, but the game against Jed's Chaos Knight was way closer.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that's mainly.
I was about to say, it's funny how you keep saying meta. I've not got that high of a win rate. I think it's only like 55%. I'm nowhere near.
But let's just forget in
ninth.
9th that was like almost broken level win rate.
Yeah.
So I just want to point that out.
There's so many levels above that now.
yeah, true.
It's only like 71% win rates. Calm down.
Oh. is there anything you don't want to face?
Gene Stealer Cult.
You don't want to face them all.
Or the mirror match, but I don't think there is a mirror match going, is there? So
no.
There's not that many
I don't want to play
filthy people going then.
Problem is with cults, like it's theoretically an easy game, but they're so tricksy. It's just trying to work out what they're going to do, when and where and how. There's a lot more to it than just point, click, delete, done.
Well, they regenerate as well, so that doesn't work either.
You might have to kill them like 3 times over easily.
And when you've got someone who actually knows how to use them.
That's the thing, when you see them at a tournament, you know the person who's running them knows how to use them.
I mean, the person who's got this tour as well, he wins tournaments.
Mark is very good. He's consistently, whenever he goes to Hellstorms, he's like consistently placing in the top 3. So he knows his shit.
It's going to be, It's going to, I reckon you and him in the final.
I'd like that, unless it's just drawn round 1 and then that's it, and it's done. No pressure there after that, is there?
With that in the final, that'd be cool. I'll skip my game because I'll probably be already losing.
I'm going to put my models on the table, you come tell me when you're done.
So like, my models are here, shoot them, I'll just roll some dice over here and that's it. But
it depends who you're against though, because you might have to defend your title against one particular list.
Look, I don't know how I'm going to get worst player at this tournament when that list is there. I mean,
you know what you do? You get 1 CP a turn. You like get a turn where you've got 2 really easy secondaries to score. You spend 1 CP, you discard the easiest, most points to score 1, and you just get rid of that.
That might be the only way that I can get worst player of this tournament.
I can get 8 points on this one. Nope.
I mean, who do you want to go over this? I think it's James. Name's James or something like that. Yeah, it's Orclist. He's got his Stomper in there. Knobs.
Yeah.
2 trucks. What else was in there?
Gaz was the Gaz?
I can't remember if Gaz was in there. But his title is this.
You'll lose. Gaz will just come up to you and pelt you.
Well, his title is literally named How to Lose an RTT with 800 points. He's going there to get it, so I don't know how I'm going to defend the Vice.
It's only 3 games as well, isn't it? Because it's 1 day
Yes,
event.
the 1 day.
Yeah.
So the chance, how many players is it? It'll be
22.
Like 22. It's the chances are you probably won't even play him.
Yeah.
I want to play him. You
might not be trash enough.
Even if I don't play him, I still want to spend my title. It's going to be hard now. But yeah. Matt, your list?
Yeah, so I'm running Tyranids, not a million miles away from your list, I believe.
Similar.
I mean, you could basically sum it up as Tyranids good stuff, because I mean, we have so many data sheets, but again, at the same
So
time,
that's the only stuff that's actually decent.
there's a few things that you obviously take, and then a few things that you obviously leave at home, but then
Like Bivord, must take.
yeah. So I'm running a high tyrant with a heavy venom cannon and the adaptive biology enhancement, giving it the 5 feel no pain, but any turn that it doesn't have its full remaining wounds, it goes a 4 feel no pain
That's nice.
for the rest of the battle, so effectively kill it in 1 turn or don't try at all. The Neuro Tyrant with the Alien Cunning enhancement, giving it the redeploy. Now, it hasn't been clarified at this event, but the current ruling is that it's now classified, I think, UKTC and WTC, that we have to do this redeploy pre-first turn. So I tried it out last night. The effectiveness of this Titan is significantly less, and honestly, I wouldn't take it again.
Yeah.
So that effectively means the Neuro Tyrant probably goes away as well, because he was effectively a caddy for that enhancement. Maybe the Parasite if I really need to take it, but that's another story. 5 Barb Gaunts because they slow people down, but again, I've not found it terribly effective, but again, not really played the list for it. 2 Biovores, of course, 2 Exocrines, 2 Lictors, 1 Mouse Scepter, 1 Neurogaunts. I'm not going to attach them to the Neuro Tyrant.
Why not, Matt?
It's unnecessary Neuro Tyrant! Yay!
They are just there to screen out and be annoying, basically.
They're quite cheap.
They're 45 points for 11 bodies,
That's not
which is
too bad,
effectively
is it?
Which is good for, like, if you throw on an objective. They're so dark.
Well, it says screen out your backboard if
Yeah.
you want like GSC
I mean,
and stuff.
Having played Imperial Guard a lot lately, the most useful thing is the replacement units, screening out GSC replacement units. They're just screening out the board because of the amount of kind of be in this certain location for the tactical secondaries. It's good to screen out the board for that, and yes, Biovores can do it as well, but just having that additional unit that you just don't care if it dies is actually quite useful. So 2 Pyrovores because of the you're moving cover when shooting, which is critical. 2 Vaveners, they get to redeploy at the end of your opponent's turn. Well, technically move into strategic reserve / deep strike. Again, very useful for the tactical secondaries, and they have twin linked on their melee weapons with 7 attacks each, AP1. So they
That's actually quite good, isn't it? Yeah.
They do quite a lot, particularly when you've got sustained hits on a unit. That they do quite a lot of work. Venom Throats for the army-wide stealth, non-monsters of course. The Von Ryan's Leapers, just for the infiltrate for deploy. 2 units of 6 Zone Throats and 1 unit of 3 Zone Throats, which are of course the kind of main damage dealers. That are going with that Hive Tyrant to allow it to allow them to advance and charge, advance and shoot, which means their 5-inch movement becomes 7 or 8 at worst, hopefully.
Yeah.
So they can actually get around the board at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's alright.
Unless you play fucking Ben and just get wiped on the table and one shot.
26 wounds?
26,
yeah.
Ridiculous. Yeah. But
Right,
Yeah.
There's a lot of tools in there. Though. It's a very toolboxy list.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the way that I'm leaning towards with the way NIDS play. Even probably the next iteration of this list is just less killing power, more utility.
Yeah.
Because NIDS.
The killing power's just not there.
The killing power's not there, and what I've found in the 11 or 12 games I've played at 10th is that the lethality snowballs really quickly. Particularly from turn 1, if I kill the critical units I need to kill, or I can get in the correct positions, I'll kind of snowball from that point because I've got the design throats with their dual profiles and the X screens and the biovores kind of follow up with the screening and damage, etc. But if I can't get that kind of critical kill or that positioning immediately down, and I start losing some of the key units, it all falls apart really quickly. I think our game was a really good example of that.
That's say as soon as like things just start popping, I'm really like you've got your tools just start going like so quickly.
Proper domino effect.
I think it's quite a good list to take the tactical objectives on though.
It is, but I found that if you can take fixed, particularly if your opponent doesn't have indirect, or you're fairly familiar with the opponent's kind of movement tricks, then you take fixed and you take engage in all fronts and deploy teleport homers, because that gives you a lot of flexibility that the biovores and lictors and maverick can do pretty consistently.
You're not putting too many points into guaranteeing it.
Because
Spore Mine. Job done. Spore Mine, teleport homers done.
And
that's it.
The main weakness this list does have is this very minimal OC value. There are no battle line. There are no troops. There are no kind of infantry with more than OC1. So you're kind of to remove people from objectives, you are trying to kill them, which is not necessarily the best way that NIDS at the minute want to play. But it's early 10th, so this is what I'm trying out for now.
You're going to struggle with any like really tough units as well.
Exactly. Land Raiders,
Dawns.
like double Dawns, exactly.
Knights.
Because at the end of the day, the zone folks are only one shot, and they're hit on 3s. You can get a reroll to 1 from the X screen, but it's still quite swingy.
And when you roll a 1 on the D3,
well, it's D6 plus 1 for the one shot, but again, it's still swingy, and CPs are kind of premium these days, so you don't want to be spending it for that sort of thing.
Reroll.
So that's how I found. I've got some ideas for new list archetypes, but it's just kind of testing for now. Plus, of course, Leviathan box set. A lot of the stuff I want to use is from there, so
new model syndrome. I want to play with more.
That's me. I want to use a Psychophage.
Yes,
but it's one of them. I've got to paint it apart because I put them together and I've seen the mouth, all them teeth. I was like, let's go and paint it apart. I was like, it's just like
it's quite low on the base as well, so you're getting underneath.
Yeah, so if it's on the base,
it's also one of my Psychophages. I'm doing like it's going to be up like some concrete a bit, so like a spider coming down, and it's going to be dragging a Space Marine along.
Oh, nice!
Because that Mikey's head we got, that's going to go on the Space Marine. Sorry, Mikey. That's going on the Space Marine. Just
Ash cares not about hiding his models.
Tilt up just a little bit, but why with that? Yeah. So it's like spider kind of coming down, or like dragging its prey back up.
That's cool.
That's what I'm trying to work on. And I see the Screamer Killer idea I told you about, the Cloverfield with a camera underneath. I've got to work on that. So
a little bit too expensive for my liking at the minute. But
what Screamer Killers?
Screamer Killers.
How many points are there then?
180 points.
That's a lot.
I think you pay. I've noticed this like a little bit of a theme. Anything that causes battle shock tends to got a bit of a premium they're paying for it, and you
doesn't do enough for the points.
Like I'd like to see battle shock get changed in like it causes -1 to shooting or something. Like it actually affects the unit in a more meaningful way.
The simple change for me for battle shock is that once you're battle shocked, you remain battle shocked until you roll out of it.
That's
the minute it automatically states.
Yeah.
And it means that out of phase battle shock doesn't do enough.
Yeah, but that's one way of making it just more meaningful, isn't it?
You can't see battle shock until you pass it. I like that.
Yeah, that'll be one way of making it meaningful.
Maybe some mortal wounds as well if you fail.
I don't.
Just pay demons. They do that already.
Oh yeah.
No, you know what I don't like? Matt's raising the IQ of this podcast.
Yeah, well, we ain't got Josh on constantly changing his points every 5 seconds. Oh, I can already hear him now when he washes his bags like, you bastard. Sorry, Matt, you ain't coming back on again.
Too intelligent for us.
We went to be dumb. I mean, I can't even get my words out. Look at the start of the episode. I couldn't get my words out.
Too many T's in there, weren't there?
Just too many words. Yeah.
Got it. What's your list then?
My list? Not similar-ish kind of way. So I've got Swarmlord, the Nora Tyrant with Alien Cunning, 2 units of 10 Hermogrunts, 2 Bivors, 2 Exocrines, 2 Maleceptors, Scythe Tyrajul, go Scythe Tyrajul, go!
Never leaves them with that idea.
But anyway, there was 2, but then obviously the list has changed like 5 times.
Yeah.
So yeah, the 1 Scythe Tyrajul, the Leapers, and 2 units of 6 Xenophobes.
It's not a bad list, yeah.
I mean, I enjoyed it both games. Even
Yeah.
though I played Juice, I've enjoyed it. Like, the Exocrines don't kill nothing. They just... It's just strength A, minus 3. Yeah, minus 3. 3 damage. It's just... When you're going against big stuff like your Knights or some of your stuff, it won't do them for cool.
But there's no point even trying to shoot the Wraith Knight.
No,
was there?
I mean,
With
but I
that
looked at it,
profile, winning it on 6s.
Yeah.
Like, what is the point at that point?
It was, they're just, like Matt was saying, it's just, you can't kill stuff. The one that did kill stuff was the Cyclogel. Come on, kill the Death's Gesture like it was nothing.
Yeah.
Survived the turn and finished off the
Incarn.
Yeah. But obviously the Incarn finished off after the 2 Maleceptors had to deal with it, and then it was just...
It's the killer. Obviously, I'm quite an extreme end of the meta, isn't it? So,
but it was. I mean, I said both games I did way better than I thought.
yeah.
The Bivors obviously do their job. They score so easy. The Leapers, like Matt said, they have one objective, set an objective, score some points, and then they die next turn, which happened both games. But obviously, Swarmlord is good for making something extra CP, like the Overwatch.
It's really good.
And you've got to remember that one rule you forgot against me.
Which one was that?
It gets you more CP.
Yeah, I used it against Ben. The Swarmlord.
It gives
started
you
with extra CP.
It gets one CP.
When the
every
first
time.
game against Jed, I didn't realise till like turn 3 or something like that.
Yeah, we was like, okay, you can have 6 CP now, mate.
Well, yeah. I was like,
Spend away.
But yeah.
And the vectability to make your opponent
Spend it.
Yeah, because you did that with me in my Overwatch. So my Overwatch was basically effective.
The same on me with my Overwatch. Well, no, you didn't. You didn't get a chance to because you were gonna, and then I didn't do it turn 1, and then I killed the Swarmlord straight away.
Yeah.
I just looked at him. I was like, I drew Assassinate, and I was like, yeah, he's out there.
And also, I think you knew, like, as soon as you said Overwatch straight away, it was going to be 2 seasons. Like, someone's got to go.
You've got to go.
It's got to go. But yeah, it's my kind
It's
of
an Ash list.
It's an Ash list. Yeah.
And it's got a lot of durability, hopefully, in the kind of high toughness monsters, because there are a lot of them and they're mostly combat orientated.
Yeah,
So-
and it's fair, the shooting on the combat ones now is actually decent. Like the Maleceptor's shooting, I think.
Yeah.
You've got
Yeah.
quite reasonable shooting, yeah.
And at range 18, it gets quite. If you roll good, it gets a lot of shots. I really liked it.
Plus,
Yeah, I liked it.
plus the ability for the -1 to hit within 6 and the -1 to wound if battle shocked or below half strength. I forget which one it is now. But that's also quite easy. We didn't do that.
I didn't do a battle shot, though, did I?
Yeah.
You weren't battle shocked.
Oh, I have to be battle
No,
shot for you to get that.
No, I think it's below half
I
strength.
think it's below half strength.
What? Yeah, I didn't know it was your blow.
No,
Anyway,
no,
so it didn't matter.
There was probably a point where you could have got it
Maybe
against the Incarn.
Yeah. But he was.
So if I remember rightly, you was in combat with my big knight and you said, oh yeah, I forgot about this, and I was like, he ain't half wounds anyway. So
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
This is the thing, because it's what, T11, 14 wounds, and then you can give it synapse, so you can always give the fire center pain.
Yeah.
Then you've got, if it's in combat, it's -1 to hit it. If they're below half strength, -1 to wound. It ends up being quite durable.
Yeah, the thing that I found a bit lackluster about it was the amount of attacks it got.
No,
Like three attacks.
Its
and
offensive output in combat is nothing to be desired, but
But it's psychic attack, yeah, I'll tell you
Yes.
that. Fucking.
Yeah.
I was quite shocked when you shot one of my knights with it. I was like,
Well, that's what did most of the work taken in combat.
It was. It's literally.
you can overwatch your psychic powers now.
Yeah. Where'd you get? Put his hand down. But, yeah, so like I say, it's my kind of list. I've enjoyed it. 2 games. We'll see what it does this weekend. But we'll see. So what's our predictions for this weekend?
For players,
Yeah, for us.
I reckon you're an 0-3.
Yeah.
I reckon you've got to be.
Yeah.
You've got to be,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah. No. I'd like 1 win, but I can see 0-3.
Yeah. I think very possibly 0-3.
Yeah.
I think if the pairings go right, I think you'll pull a 2-3.
2-3.
yeah, 2-3.
2-1. 2-1. A 2-1.
How many games are you playing?
It's 5. You're playing 5. Yeah. I reckon if pairings go right, I think you can pull a 2-1.
I'll be happy with 1, to be honest.
But yeah,
the pairings can dictate so much that.
You're going against the Stomper turn 1, mate. Well, first game.
Yeah, well, I mean.
should
I want one.
happen
I want.
without even having to kill
I want
it.
one of you two to play the Stomper. I don't want you to, because it won't be
Yeah.
fun.
it's game.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's like, yeah,
Turn
yeah,
up, deploy.
boom.
Thank you very much.
I
100
think
points. See you later.
Yours all depends on if you get Mark or not. If you get Mark,
Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be the way it falls.
It's
isn't it?
2-1. If you don't, it's.
I think theoretically it should be a me and Mark final looking at the lists, but I don't know. I don't know what skill player some of the skill level of some of these
Yeah,
other players.
we are.
like,
Yeah,
there's-
they're one of them. Like,
Yeah.
it's just because we obviously seen what these Mark.
And there's,
people
and
do.
there's custodes rocking around there, and I
Yeah,
hate
I think
custodes to be honest. So
I think there's
There's
3
good
for
variety.
there's good. There's a good variety.
Good variety of lists there.
But no,
Only 1 Eldar, which is also positive.
Yes, yes.
but no. I'm hoping for a 3. I'm hoping to go undefeated.
I think
But
we'll go 3.
we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
So I think, yeah. What do you reckon, Jed? Outside opinion.
Why are you looking at me like that? I know
Pressure's
shit.
on, Jed.
No, because whenever I say these, I know I just go, yeah, whatever. But okay, I reckon you could win one game.
I think I could win 1.
I think you're going to win one.
But
Do you
Okay.
want to win one though? You're
You
trying to
won't
defend
want
that
to.
spoon,
I
aren't
don't
you?
think that's. I think.
I reckon you're going to get the Stomper and you're going to kill it by mistake. I reckon you're going to go, right, I'm going to put this monster, I'm going to put the Sci-Fi door right in front of it. The temptation to charge into it's going to be too great. You're going to charge into it, it's going to smack you on, you're going to blow up and kill it.
No, what
And
he'll
then-
do is he'll reluctantly use a strap to fight on death on a 4+.
Yeah.
4 plus. All 10 attacks will hit. All 10 attacks will wound.
He got a crazy amount of attacks, isn't he? Like,
Oh, I love it now.
He's actually
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
spicy.
Yeah, because in our game, I failed to kill it with my combat war dog. I thought, oh yeah, I'll kill it, but I rolled like 4 1s on the
Well,
attack.
I think
like,
I did as well, don't I? Because he's T12 as well, isn't he? He's
212 now.
Yeah.
Still
The,
waiting
the
for
income
wounds.
went in and was like, oh fuck, we can wipe it off the table easy. I think I only wounded once, and I was like,
And plus,
oh,
I
shit.
put a feel putting a feel no pain on it as well.
Yeah.
Just to be a cool.
Because me not killing it in that combat, basically, it managed to kill like 3 knights.
It was
as well.
three war dogs to kill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kill 3 war dogs, just get a bang, bang,
It's
bang. And I was like, okay, now I've got to move away from this.
As soon
one.
as you've got a combat for, that's it, it's gone now.
Yeah.
You completely wish. I thought, hold on, I can do that.
Yeah, one of the brigands
Yeah.
brought it down to like half wounds with 1 shot. It had meld to 4, and I was like, boom, and I was like, okay, yeah, I can kill it now.
Yeah, the combat whiff.
And I
it just took that
completely
whole
whiffed
through
against it. I was like, shit.
No, it didn't work.
But yeah, I think you're going to win one by mistake. Yeah, I think you're going to go 3-0.
Yeah.
But I think you're going to lose by points. I reckon the G2.
Not win it.
Not win it overall, but I think you'll get 3 wins.
Ooh, serious thinking there.
It all depends on your matchups. So that's the
That is
It does,
is
thing.
it,
It
isn't
all
it? It's
depends on
hard.
your matchups.
There are a lot of lists that needs in this list.
Yeah,
that we'll
I
stop
reckon
that.
you're only going to win 1.
Yeah.
Only because of the 3 Custodes players. I don't think your list will do that well into them.
I have played into Custodians once and it did well. But this was when Alien Cunning was ruled that you could use it after knowing first turn, and I kind of piled everything onto one side, onto one flank.
Okay.
You're not
that way.
like it into you. That's
Yeah.
And you were like, oh, cool, the kill rigs are over here. And I was like, yeah, well, I'm over here now. Thank you very much.
I'm so disappointed that kill rigs ain't that good now. So.
I know, they were cool models.
Cool models, but I don't get why they're toughness 10.
Oh wow!
Is that it?
That's it, they're toughness 10.
Ooh.
That's bad. They should be at least
But
toughness 12.
a battle wagon's toughness 12.
Tier
Kill
11
rig should be
makes sense.
toughness 11. 11 or 12 should be for kill rig, surely.
Well,
10.
apparently not.
But then, I mean, saying that, what?
I still think it has its free on save as well.
Yeah.
When I was trying to make an orc list, I was like, I'll run obviously my 2 kill rigs, and I looked at them and I went, it's not really, I'd rather just take 2 battle wagons. Because all your war gear is free, you might as well put everything on it and go, Because I find it really funny that when you put the death roller on the battle wagon, it just makes its profile so much bigger because it's like an extra like 2 inches on the front of it. So all of a sudden you've got like an extra area you could just jump out of. So
Yeah.
I think the Exocrine should be T11 and Malceptor should be T10.
I know Malceptor's always been tougher though, hasn't it?
I know, because if you look at the model, because there's more armour on the Exocrine.
Yeah, it's
I
like a
look at
giant
that.
shield bug, ain't it?
Yeah.
No, the weird thing is that the X-Screen's T10, but the Holospecs made from the same kit and the same chassis effectively is T11.
Well, this is what I mean.
that's
They've
weird.
got the armour on it, whereas Malceptor's like, it's got armour, but it's got all the brains on it. It's like, there's more points.
Yeah.
It's got a 4-pin model as
I
well.
guess it's got a big hole where its gun is. Technically, because
It's got his big,
gun ain't
it's got
armoured,
his
is it?
big like rabbit testicle things
Yeah.
in it.
Oh, I've got another prediction. I reckon you're going to play him.
That would be quite funny.
Pup.
Yeah, Joe, if I get you, can we just submit the last
Submit the score.
Solid.
We'll deploy.
Can't rely on the look of those secondary cards again. But we'll see what secondary should draw first turn.
Yeah.
And then we'll just fuck off to the pub.
That's what got me. I was very lucky with secondary cards.
We'll do first turn. I'll experience the Eldar filth. Say I can experience it, and then I'll go for
Are you not experienced it yet?
I have not. No, I've been avoiding it.
Oh.
Fair play. Don't blame me. Like.
I was hoping to play Ben before I go to any event and that, so I'm ready for it. But after Tetons yesterday, I'll get ready for it.
And you might have to face Glenn's filth at All Scars.
What's Glenn playing? Is he
We'll
playing?
talk about that next.
Well, yeah, is there anything else? Do you want to rant about anything? I know you wanted to rant about GC Court and Eldar. Any more rant you want to do?
No,
We've got an actual experienced talker, so
there are obvious problems, but I think hopefully with time they'll kind of be toned down.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's
I think there's a lot of layers of nerfing.
there's a lot of layers. It's like a few obvious things like Phantasm could well be 2 CP.
Should be it's too good.
Points increases across the board for Eldar, and then on the GSC side, you could argue that the recent ruling is that the demo charges that the single use when they come back, because you're not like resurrecting the unit, you're creating an identical one that died. They don't actually have the demo charges anymore, so you don't get to use that one-shot weapon again. That does tone down their lethality a little bit. I do wonder whether the battle line troops that currently come back automatically should be a +1 to the roll, so they come back on a 3+
Rather than a +3, which just auto comes back, doesn't it? Which is
or maybe even +2, because the odd one you get on a 20-man neophyte squad means you don't get it back. The other one, which I think was suggested by Fireside, was the you sit. When you come, you also got the blips that are 9 inches away from everything. The minute you get to string out completely from that point, so you get 20-man squad providing you incoherency, you could be easily 20 inches away from that. From that blip by the time you're finished. You should be wholly within that blip, 9 inches, because then makes it telegraphs where you're going to be a lot easier. They're just minutiae changes to a lot of aspects for both armies,
and not just points increase.
Yeah.
Actual points.
Rules
changes.
I don't understand GW being hesitant to do that currently, aside from the obvious fate dice.
But
I think it was a fair change. I think,
was.
I think
Well,
some
it
people said
didn't
actually it
make
was too
much of a
much,
difference.
but
No.
it's just more careful planning of where
Yeah.
you're using these resources, isn't it? Which is,
It'll be interesting when all the codexes start coming out and all the indexes come out.
I think the first couple of codexes will be interesting to see what direction they go in.
Yeah, like, this is OP now. Okay, now this is OP now. Now this is OP now.
we just got to play a patient game really and see what happens.
I can't imagine Wraith Knights will stick around
No.
more than this quarter. I think this quarter, and then they'll be back in the bin again.
I reckon you've probably got another month, 2 months.
Well, I think up until the first official proper
It'll be a
quarterly
month,
balance
yeah.
change. I think after that
They're going to get the
they'll be
money
in
worth out of people buying them, and then they're.
Well, there's so much just sold out on the GW store now, and like,
Yes.
everything's out of stock, and good luck getting hold of anything.
Yeah, GW need to sort it out. I've been waiting for 4 War Dogs for 2 months now.
You're going to wait a lot longer, I reckon.
Yeah. By the time they get on, they'll be rubbish.
Just what you want to go. You just want to go on. I've been going on Troll Trader lately, just buying crappy second hand, strip them down, and then just repaint them up again.
Or even just go on eBay, because there'll be ones on eBay. Strip them down,
eBay is questionable though, because the eBay prices will be high.
Yeah.
Troll Trader, you
Yeah.
just buy the shittest looking one, and then you can just convert them however you want.
Yeah.
And then
I've never
strip
used
them,
it. I've
repaint.
never used
That's
it.
what I've done with my night spinners. Printed the top turrets. Because I brought Falcons because the night spinners were more expensive, and the same chassis. So buy the Falcons, print the top turrets, strip them off, job done.
Yeah, it's more hassle, but you're saving money.
Yeah, well, I think I cost. I paid,
Yeah, I like
paid
ripping-
45
I like
quid
ripping
for 3
models
night spinners,
apart.
as
I'm
opposed
constantly
to
doing it.
probably like 120 quid.
Yeah, so it's like you
Save way loads of money
it's a
there.
bit of hassle, but when you're saving money like that, which could be spent on something else,
Yeah, exactly.
you're going to do it. So, yeah, I've won this one here. So, yeah, cheers for listening, cheers for watching. See you next time.
See you later.
Bye.